Hello viewers, yes, this is Ranjana ma'am and you are watching, yes, it's mine as well as your channel. So this time it is for my ISC students. I have got several requests, ma'am please Sonnet 116. So yes, here I am. I'm sure you know what's coming before I start. Yes. If you have not subscribed to my channel up till now, please do. And don't forget to press the like button. I'm sure you'll like it. So, let's start. Hello. So, we are back and sonnet number 116. So, Shakespeare is said to have written 154 sonnets. So sonnets are 14-line poems. So there are different divisions of these 14 lines. So Shakespearean sonnets are divided into 3 quatrains. That means one stanza of 4 lines. So 3 quatrains means 3 into 4, 12 lines, and the remaining 2 lines are a couplet. So 3 quatrains and a couplet. So these are what constitute a Shakespearean sonnet. So sonnet number 116 is also the same one. You have, though here in the book it is not given in that form, but there are 3 quatrains and 1 couplet. The couplet is the last 2 lines, they are the couplet. So here he talks about love and what is true love. Shakespeare talks on this, and it is said that this poem is dedicated to one Mr. W, who was Lord in Queen Elizabeth's court. So he was a lord, and it is said that William Shakespeare was very fond of him and had dedicated quite a few of its sonnets to this young man. So in the first 4 lines, the first quatrain, Shakespeare says, "Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove." So he's here the poet is talking of true love, and he says that nothing can prove to be a barrier or an impediment or an obstacle between 2 lovers. If the lovers are sincere, and he has no objection also to the marriage of true lovers. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. So there should be no impediments, no obstacles should come in the way of the true lovers. So there are many times barriers coming in the way of 2 lovers, but the true love, they can overcome all these barriers or obstacles. And then the poet also says that the love which bends when situations change, that is not true love. So love is not love which alters when it alteration finds. That means love does not change with the changing of circumstances. Difficult circumstances, they do not pose a threat to love. Love remains the same. If it is true love, it remains the same. And bends with the remover to remove. So love does not crumble down when someone tries to come in between this relationship. Someone tries to remove the love. They try to come in the way of the true lovers. But if it is true love, it will remain. True love is permanent, and you cannot become an obstacle and try to break it, because it will not break. True love does not break with the changing of circumstances, situations becoming difficult. That does not bring an end to the love. If it does, that means it is not true love. Oh no, it's an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth unknown, although his height is be taken. So the poet says that love cannot be wiped out. It is a mark that remains forever. It is always fixed. And then he also compares it to the pole star or the northern star. So the love is actually, or true love, by love he means true love. So true love is an ever fixed mark. It does not change with the changing or alterations in the time and situation. It is always constant. Shakespeare seems to be very fond of the pole star, because even in Julius Caesar he had said this, that Julius Caesar had said, I am as firm and constant as the northern star, which never changes its place. So here also he talks about the same thing. So love is like that. Love doesn't change with the change in situation or time. Time also cannot bring a change in love. So love, the speaker has his faith in love. This love is never shaken even when there are tempests. So what is a tempest? A tempest is a violent storm, not just an ordinary storm. It's a violent storm. Even violent storms which are capable of uprooting big trees, but they cannot do anything to love. Love cannot be uprooted. Love, forget uprooted, love cannot be shaken only, even if tempests come. Earlier in the ISC syllabus, now you all have Macbeth, but those who are in 12, they still have, or rather just prior to you all, the ISC students, they had the Tempest. So the drama started with a tempest. So tempest means a very violent storm. So even violent storms cannot pose a threat to true love. So it is never shaken when there is a storm. It is a star to every wandering bark, whose words unknown, although the height be taken. So love is like the pole star or the northern star. This star, it helps to guide the ships which get lost in the sea. So looking at the star, they feel, oh, that is the northern side. So when they see the pole star or the northern star, they can identify that that is the northern direction. Many times now they get lost in the sea and they cannot find which way they are moving, or which is which, means which is north and which is south. But when they see the northern star or the pole star, and the pole star always remains fixed, it does not change. So similarly, love does not change, and it acts as a guide to the people who lose their way, like a northern star, like the northern star acts as a guide to the ships which get lost in the sea. And the worth of the northern star cannot be measured. The height of the northern star, how far it is from the earth, that can be measured. But the worth of the northern star, how can you measure? The northern star remains there fixed, and it has acted as a guide to so many ships. So how can you measure its value? In the same way, love is like the northern star, and in the same way, love's value cannot be measured. And then the third quatrain, love is not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. So he says that yes, when the poet says, or the speaker says, that love is not time's fool, he means to say that love is not controlled by time. Love is not controlled by time. It is eternal. It is permanent. It is eternal. Time has no control over love. That means even after death, if it is true love, the love will remain. Even if your partner dies, you will go on loving him, Oh, he's dead, I go and marry someone else. That is not love. Oh, he's dead now, so I have gone. No. If you truly love the person, that love will remain till your death and even after death. And when he talks about though rosy lips and cheeks, so rosy lips and cheeks, what do they suggest? When a person is young and beautiful, someone falls in love. But if that is true love, when the color of the lips or the cheeks, they become pale with age or with sickness. But if it is true love, the love will remain. Beauty might fade out, beauty might die, but love will remain. So love here does not just remain for days or weeks or months. Love doesn't last only for a short time. Hours, months, weeks, months. But it lasts all through your life and even after life. And finally, the couplet. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. And finally, he throws a challenge. He says that if what I have said is not correct, if this is error, if you can prove that what I have said is not correct, then he is ready to accept I have never written only anything. And we all know what a famous playwright he is, and he has written so many sonnets, so many poems, so many plays. So that means he is ready to accept the challenge that this cannot be proved false. This cannot be proved incorrect. Because if this is proved incorrect, then I have also never written. I'll accept it. And also this fact that no man has truly loved. If I am proved incorrect, I will consider no man has truly loved, and I have also never written anything. So, this is quite an interesting poem. Throughout the poem, the speaker, or rather we can say Shakespeare, he has made a lot of claims regarding what is love and what love isn't. So, let's summarize it briefly. So, he says true love never changes with the passing of time, rather it goes till eternity. And then he puts an argument in the beginning lines, and he also declares that love isn't really love if it changes with the difficult situations. And then he gives, or rather compares, love to the guiding star or the pole star, and in the same way as the pole star is a fixed star showing way to countless ships who get lost, love is just like that. And no obstacles can pose a threat in the path of the true lovers. And he also says that love doesn't fade away. Beauty can fade away. Rosy lips and cheeks, they fade away with the passing of time, but love doesn't. So this is just the important points I am discussing. This love goes on till the edge of the doom, that means as if till doomsday or the end of the world. So when a lover dies also, so till the death of the lover, or rather after death also, you can say that love remains. And he is so confident in this argument that he is willing to go for a bet that if I am wrong, prove me wrong. And if I am proved wrong, in that case true love is never there. No man has truly loved. True love is impossible. If I am proved wrong, then I consider true love is impossible. No man has ever loved, and I am also not a writer. And we all know what a great writer he is. So he is putting at stake his own literary achievements to prove whatever he has said. So it is actually a declaration of love. This poem, this sonnet is a declaration of love. And relationships, he has discussed the relationship of true lovers. So when situations become difficult, someone comes in the way of the true lovers, if you are really true, you won't be carried away by these threats to love. So this is all about sonnet number 116. It's a very easy sonnet and one of the most popular sonnets Shakespeare has written. This has become, of the 154 sonnets, this sonnet has become the most popular of all, because it is simple and at the same time it highlights the value of true love. Just 1 minute. So there will be some figures of speech, not much. First I told you what type of poem. It's a sonnet, means it has 14 lines. I have already told in the first part of my lecture that I have explained to you what a sonnet is, 14 lines, and the division, like in some sonnets, if I am not mistaken, the Petrarchan sonnet, the division is 8 and 6. That means the first one is octave where a problem is presented, and the second one is sestet, means 6 lines, 8 plus 6, 14, and the solution is given. But in a Shakespearean sonnet, it is a bit different. 3 quatrains, that means 3 stanzas of 4 lines and a couplet. 3 into 4, 12, and 2, 14. And what is the rhyme scheme which is followed? AB, AB, it is followed in the same way. CD, CD in the second stanza, and in the third one EF, EF. So these make your 12 lines, and the last is GG. So that is how minds love, AB, finds remove. So minds and finds, that means the first and the third line they rhyme, and love and remove similar, OVE, it ends in OVE. So it is, that is why it is considered as BB. So AB, AB, and then mark, that means the fifth line rhymes with the 7, mark and bark, and the sixth line rhymes with the 8, shaken and taken. That is why again it is CD, CD. And then cheeks and weeks, that means 9th and the 11th they rhyme, and 12th and the 14th line, though come and do, if we pronounce it, they are not same, but still there is a little bit. And the last 2 lines, that means the couplet, proved and loved. So that is why it is GG. And yes, he has used metaphor. And time, how has time been compared to? So time is as if a reaper. Reaper, na, they cut the grains or with their sickle. So time is like a reaper. And yes, another comparison, love is compared to the pole star or the northern star. And yes, use of alliteration, not many, or bends with the remover to remove. So there is just the remover and remove, RR. And another one is bears it but bears, BB, it out even to the edge of doom, E and E, that means even and edge, EE. So not much rhyme scheme here. So you can check the MCQs in the question bank or somewhere, and also prepare the because questions. So I think this is a lucid explanation, and you won't have any more problems in this. You all were asking it for your half yearly. So bye for the time being, and yes, wait for the next videos.